student, welcome to all of you in the next physics lecture. Myself, Rajesh Lagar, physics teacher, Shri Shivaji Vidya Mandir. Now we have to solve here the next problem. To find out the angle between these two vectors we have to given here. This is the very important numericals. To find out the angle between given these two vectors. Here, if the vector A bar is equal to 2i plus j plus 3k and b bar is equal to minus I plus 3j plus 2k, then we have to find out the angle between the A bar and b bar. For that purpose, we have to first use the formula by definition of scalar product of two vectors A bar dot b bar is equal to AB cos theta. This is the definition of scalar product of two vectors, that is A bar dot b bar is equal to AB cos of theta. From this we can find out this angle cos theta. Cos theta is equal to A bar dot b bar divided by this AB. That means this is nothing but the magnitude of A bar A and magnitude of b bar, that is nothing but the B. We have to find out. First we have to find out the dot product, that is the A bar dot b bar. Therefore, this we know that this A bar, we know this b bar, then find out initially the dot product in between them. Therefore, A bar dot b bar is equal to 2i plus j plus 3k dot second b bar is equal to minus I plus 3j plus 2k. How we can solve this dot product? Then the coefficient of ii, jj and kk, they can be multiplied with sign. Therefore, A bar dot b bar is equal to coefficient of ii, see here, the 2 into this minus I, then coefficient of I is nothing but what? Minus 1. Therefore, 2 into minus 1, you can write here minus 2, and I bar dot I bar. We know that the property of this scalar product of a vector ii dot jj kk is equal to 1. Therefore, minus 2, 2 into minus 1, minus 2, and I dot I is equal to 1, minus 2 into 1. Secondly, we have to take here the j bar and here j bar. Then here no coefficient, the coefficient of j bar is nothing but 1. Therefore, 1 into 3, 1 into 3, and again j bar dot j bar having the value 1, we have to write here. Therefore, 1 into 3, 3, and j bar dot j bar is 1. Again, we have to take here the k bar, k bar. Then the coefficient of k bar is 3, here coefficient of k bar is the 2. Then take this product, 3 into 2, k bar dot k bar, 3 into 2, 6, and k bar dot k bar is equal to 1. Again, this minus 2 into 1, minus 2, 3 into 1, plus 3, and 6 into 1, that is equal to 6. 6 plus 3, 9, and minus 2, that is equal to 7. Therefore, we can find out this A bar dot B bar is equal to 7. This is the numerator, this A bar dot B bar, that is dot product, we can find out in this way. This is very simple one. Now we have to find out the magnitude of this A bar and B bar. Then we know the formula for this magnitude of A bar, that is nothing but the A. This A is equal to under root ax square plus ay square plus hz square. That means the vector A bar, the squaring and adding the coefficient of I, j, k in the square root. Therefore, A is equal to, this is the magnitude of A bar A is equal to square root of x square, ay square and hz square. Then coefficient of this A bar I, j, k, we have to write here 2 square. Then coefficient of j here 1 square. Coefficient of k bar is 3 square. Then 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1, and 3 square is 9. 9 plus 1, 10, 10 plus 4, 14. A is equal to under root 14. This is the magnitude of A bar, that is the A is equal to under root 14. Again, we have to find out this magnitude of the vector B bar is nothing but the B, and having the formula, the square root of bx square plus by square and plus bz square. That is the coefficient of ijk of the vector B bar. Then substituting this, all this coefficient of ijk of the vector B bar, here minus I bar, so that the coefficient of this I bar is nothing but what? Minus 1 square plus coefficient of j is 3 square and coefficient of k is 2 square. In square root, minus 1 square is 1, 3 square is 9 and 2 square is 4. Again 9 plus 1 10, 10 plus 1 4, 14. B is equal to under root 14. In this way we can find out all the values by using this formula. Cos theta is equal to a bar dot b bar is equal to ab. First we have to find out the a bar dot b bar, which is equal to 7, and we have to find out the magnitude of a bar a is equal to root 14, and again magnitude of b bar, that is the b is equal to again root 14. We are substituting this value in our formula. This cos theta is equal to a bar dot b bar upon a into b. We have to find out here a bar and b bar is equal to 7. Substituting this 7. Then value of the a root 14. Value of the b, magnitude of b bar is nothing but the b is equal to root 14. We know that this 7 is as it is, root 14 into root 14, this is nothing but the 14. 7 to the 14, that this is nothing but the 1/2. Cos theta is equal to 1/2, but also we know that the trigonometric ratio, the values of this cos 60 is nothing but the value 1/2. And therefore, if the cos theta is equal to 1/2, but we know that the cos 60 is equal to 1/2, then compare this, then this theta is nothing but what? 60, and by using this we can write here the theta is equal to 60 degrees. In this way we can find out the angle between these two vectors. Okay, you have to understand well. This is all the another problem which are given your assignment. Okay, thank you. Now I have to say here the next problem. Here to given the V1 bar is equal to 5i minus 2 plus 2j, sorry, and V2 bar is equal to ai minus 6j. These are the two vectors, and these two vectors are perpendicular to each other, and we have to find out the value of the a. See the small a, and we have to find out the value of a. This numerical is also very important because these two vectors are perpendicular to each other, and you have to find out the value of a. Then how you can find out? Then we have to find out the scalar product of these two vectors, the v1 bar and v2 bar. Therefore, v1 bar is equal to 5i plus 2j, v2 bar is equal to this ai minus 6j. Then we have to find out this we know that this a bar dot b bar, then this property by using the characteristics of the scalar product of two vectors, a bar dot b bar is equal to ax bx plus ay by. Along the z-axis, this a bar is a unit vector. Then again we have to add here the az, bz. By using this property, we solve this dot product. v1 bar dot v2 bar is equal to 5i plus 2j dot ai minus 6j. Then we have to take the product of this ii and jj. Therefore, 5 into a, I dot I, plus 2 into here minus 6, 2 into minus 6, j bar dot j bar. Then 5 into a, 5a, this I dot I, we have to write here 1, 2 into minus 6, minus 12, and j bar dot j, this is nothing but the 1. Then again solve this step, 5 into a, 5a into 1, this is the 5a, and 2 into minus 6 minus 12 into 1, that is the minus 12. But we have to given here these two vectors are perpendicular to each other, so that the scalar product of these two vectors must be equal to 0 because they are the perpendicular to each other. Because the angle between them is 90, and we know that a bar dot b bar is equal to ab cos 90, and cos 90 0, 0 into something 0, so that this dot product between these two vectors is equal to 0 because they are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, instead of this v1 bar dot v2 bar, we have to take here 0 because they are perpendicular. Okay. Therefore, 0 is equal to 5a minus 12, and therefore this minus 12 comes this side, plus 12. Therefore, 5a is equal to 12. Therefore, a is equal to this 5 is multiplied. Take here, then this divide. A is equal to 12 upon 5. This a is equal to 12 upon 5. This is the value of this a because these two vectors are perpendicular to each other. By solving this, we have to find out the value a, that is 12i. Okay, you understand well this problem. Next problem is that to find out the unit vector in the direction of the given vector, and that given vector is anyone. just like the 4i minus 3j. Suppose we have to find out this unit vector in the direction of the vector 4i minus 3j. Therefore, we have to write here, let a bar is equal to, you can write b bar, b1 bar, b bar, c bar, b bar, q bar, etc. This let a bar is equal to 4i minus 3j. This is supposed to be the vector a bar. Then we have to first understand what is meant by the magnitude of this given vector. You have to find out the magnitude of this vector. Then the magnitude of this a bar is nothing but it is a mod of a bar. And how it can be find out? The square root of the x square plus ay square dash. So there are the k-axis, z-axis along this k is unit vector along the z-axis. Then we can write ax square plus ay square plus az square. But here only 4i minus 3j. Therefore, we can find out the magnitude of this a bar is nothing but coefficient of only I and j, and that is squaring and adding of this coefficient of I and j in square root. 4 square, this is the coefficient of I, and this is the minus 3 coefficient of j. Square of this 4 square 16, minus 3 square, minus 1 is plus 9, and 16 plus 9 is 25. Square root of this equal to 5. You know this value. Now this u bar is the support unit vector in the given vector a bar. U bar is a unit vector, and formula for this unit vector we can write u cap. This is nothing but the sign of cap. This is nothing but the unit vector in the direction of the given vector, that is the a bar. Therefore, u a bar, unit vector in the direction of a bar. Therefore, we can write here u a cap is equal to vector a bar upon mod of vector a bar, that is the magnitude of vector a bar. And therefore we know that the vector a bar is nothing but what, 4i minus 3j as it is, and we have to find out the magnitude. This a bar mod of this is nothing but what, 5. Therefore ua cap is equal to 4i minus 3j upon 5. Also we can write 1 upon 5 and instead in bracket 4i minus 3j. This is nothing but the unit vector. You also know this about the unit vector, that is the given vector and divided by its magnitude. This is nothing but the unit vector. Understand it? Okay.